Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for graduates of the Faculty of Education. In a few minutes, the graduation ceremony will commence. The procession of staff will enter first. After a brief pause, the university fanfares will announce the entrance of the dais party. I will signal to you by this action that you are to rise and remain standing until both the staff procession and the dais party are seated. Please do not stand until I ask you to. May I also take this opportunity to remind you that flash photography is prohibited in this auditorium. For the mutual comfort and enjoyment of all members of the audience, the university requests your cooperation in observing this rule. Thank you.
Deputy Chancellor Mr Norm Fussell, fellow members of Griffith University Council and past members of Council, Vice-Chancellor Professor Roy Webb, members of staff and other members of the University, guests Sir Llewellyn Edwards and Lady Edwards and members of the Edwards family, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. As Chancellor of Griffith University, it gives me great pleasure to welcome all who are present at this afternoon's graduation ceremony. The conferral of an academic degree is a high point in the life of a student and marks the time when preceding labours receive due recognition. On behalf of the University, I congratulate each graduate and welcome all of them present with their families and friends. Today we have a distinguished guest, Sir Llewellyn Edwards, AC. In honour of Sir Llewellyn's outstanding services to the state of Queensland, Griffith University will bestow on him its degree of Doctor of the University. We shall come to this again later in the proceedings. I'm pleased that he's here to share with us an important event in the life of the University. 1996 marks Griffith University's 25th year. Throughout this anniversary year, members of the university community will reflect on Griffith's past and join together in celebration of its achievements. Since its establishment in 1971, Griffith has maintained what it believes is a unique vision and a distinctive mission in the pursuit of academic excellence and service to the community. The university's commitment to a collaborative and interdisciplinary approach in its teaching and research, and its progressive and innovative outlook has seen it chart an individual path in the higher education area. At Griffith, our degree courses are carefully structured to reflect constantly changing external trends and directions. The courses we pioneered in public policy and administration, environmental science, Asian relations and technology management, to name only a few, remain as examples of Griffith's innovation in course development. Today, the university enjoys a national reputation for excellence in many fields, and it's also one of Australia's fastest growing universities. There is great variety within Griffith University's multi-campus structure. We include the Queensland College of Art and the Queensland Conservatorium of Music, together with the other campuses. It's remarkable when we consider that the mother campus at Griffith stood alone till comparatively recently. But there is no doubt we now have a new diversity. The Gold Coast campus is becoming an increasingly important part of Griffith University, with a very high growth rate, calling for substantial new construction to accommodate it. Buildings are recently completed, planned or underway. Last year, the so-called Link building was opened there, making a great contribution as a focal point with its amenities available for staff and students. The growth at the Gold Coast has caused a notable shift in the internal balance of the university. It's becoming harder to say that there is one principal campus to which the others are merely ancillary. I should at this point mention the very fine new home for the Conservatorium of Music, one of the university's colleges, which is due to be opened in the near future. During 1996, the university will have some 20,000 students at its 5 campuses in Brisbane and the Gold Coast. You will probably know that a 6th campus is to be established at Meadowbrook in Logan City. Griffith has received an additional 1,150 student places for the period 1996 to 1998. Of these, 60% will be allocated to the Gold Coast campus and 40% to the new campus at Logan. This is sufficient indication where our new growth centres are to be found. Strong demand for Griffith University courses was demonstrated in the overall number of applications for admission lodged for 1996. Despite a nationwide decrease in the overall number of students applying to higher education institutions, Griffith University received the highest number of applications per quota place amongst the Queensland universities. All faculties, colleges, divisions and campuses have contributed to the university's success, and all members of the university community are to be congratulated. This afternoon, our graduates are from the Faculty of Education, the largest of Griffith University's faculties. Over the past year, the faculty has grown and developed in response to the ever-changing needs of society and the education sector. This year, the Faculty of Education has extended its range of offerings with 2 new postgraduate courses. The Graduate Certificate in Music Technology and the Graduate Certificate in Visual Arts Education will promote the professional development of practicing teachers. Graduates of the courses will be able to provide leadership skills in the fields of music and visual arts education in Australia. The faculty is now offering a highly articulated suite of postgraduate courses in the area of applied linguistics. These courses, from graduate certificate to master's level, will consolidate the university's role as the state's preeminent provider of applied linguistic courses for language teachers. The education faculty has enhanced its research profile this year. There are plans for a new Asia-Pacific Centre for Communication and Creativity, which will be established as an allied centre within the faculty. While focusing on the development of communication and creativity in the community, it will facilitate a sharing of resources with similar groupings throughout the Asia-Pacific region. Let me return now to our students who are to receive their awards this afternoon. They have shown persistence and, as a result of their studies, are now in command of significant skills. With these qualities, they possess what is needed to establish successful careers. We can expect them to be achievers. They become members of an impressive body of Griffith graduates who have already made names for themselves. Our new graduates will, I am sure, do equally well. As we continue with our proceedings, I express warm congratulations to each of them and extend our best wishes for their future. I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Education to present the graduates from that faculty who are to receive their awards at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Associate Diploma of Human Resource Development. David Butterfield. Peter Byrne. James Cooney. Alan Grafton. Leanne Hutton. Jennifer McGrath. Derek McLeod. Noel Mullen. Dennis O'Keefe. Chris Trevor Jones. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Associate Diploma of Vocational Instruction. Joy Cotter. Raymond Hodby. And Jeffrey Kelly. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Adult and Vocational Teaching. Amanda Rose Arnett. Diane Bertelson. Robert Bilson. Ronald Bulmer. David Carnell. Anne Carrington. Mark Castlane. Raymond Chung. Sharon Corbo. Carmel Dalton. Jeff Dennis. Lynn Fairley. Vivian Ferguson. Gillian Grayling. Jamie Griffiths. Faith Hambrecht. Robert Hamilton. Paul Hodgson. Tina Hoffman. Neil Jarman. Greg Kelleher. Patricia Kennedy. Gary Licorice. Terry McCarthy. Christine McEwen-Leiden. Suzanne McElwraith. Dorothy Mellom. Lorraine Moyes. Sharon Merton. Peter O'Brien. Ross Patching. Lorraine Pavick. Annette Poisden. Samuel Ramsey. Matthias Reif. Gregory Ross. William Ryan. Graham Sayer. Suzanne Short. Nigel Skoldo. Barry Smith. Narelle Summerfeld. Donna Stephan. Adam Tedman. Julie Tilling Grant. Malcolm Whitney. And Greg Woods. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Arts. Lorraine Atkinson. And Marjorie Heather. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Arts in Justice Administration. Barry Alexander. Nicole Ollett. Ross Barnett. Jerry Barrett. Ronald Barry. Mark Bradford. James Casey. Bob Cassidy. Adam Cooper. Grant Cran. Paul Fitch. Robin Goodwin. Kylie Grieber, Kevin Hedges, Michelle Hibbert, Michael Jakavos, Gary Jamison, Peter Kane, Kerry-Ann Lang, Rebecca Lim, Anna Lloyd-Jones, Daniel Masson, Ivor McGibbon, Ken Myhill, Asa Milquist, Anthony Nairn, Mark Nankervis, Colin O'Neill, Carleen Phillips, Naomi Purcell, Craig Rolls, Kate Tanner, Cassandra Taylor, Colin Thistlethwaite, Jason Todman, Peter Venz, John Ward, Gregory Watt, Sean Wilson, Grant Wynne Jones, and Virginia Zorzetto. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Education. Liz Allen. Jeffrey Anthony. Narelle Ash. Kathy Austin. Libby Backhouse. Margaret Baker. Colleen Barnes. Judith Barham. Kim Benson. Linda Best. Saradwin Bloxham. Damien Bertaccio. Suzanne Bryzak. John Butler. Yvette Butterworth. Annette Carrigan. Tara Collier. Dominic Connors. Jason Cooper. Helen Corrie. Rebecca Cotterill. Juanita Cullen. Hamish Kernis. Greer Davis. Tosca Dykhouse. Linda Edwards. Delwyn Eisenmenger. Wade Evans. Tim Fisher. Lucas Folbring. Sally Fordham. Alan Glide. Angela Graham. Tina Granato. Angela Green. Carol Greenwood. Ainsley Gresham. Keith Halpin. Merrill Hartley. Lisa Hennessy. Sarah Henry. Luke Higgins. Cheryl Hinton. Stephen Horn, Narelle Hose, Donna Marie Hughes, Christy Hutchison, Richard Jack, Catherine Jackson, Sean Jessen, Sharon Justo, Patricia Keegan, Anne Kennington, Kirsten Kenyon, Anne Lee, Carol Lobley, Judith Marzak, Andrew Manning, Anne Marsh, Pam McBride, James McIntosh, Louise McKee, Fiona McLeod, Ken Miller, Vicky Miller, Jessica Mole, Jennifer Morgan, Kelly Morgan, Georgina Morris, Neil Mortensen, Michelle Myers, Lynn Nielsen, Mary Jane O'Brien, Kim O'Loughlin, Sandra O'Neill, Denise Parra, Kyrie Parkinson, Joanna Patterson, June Pearce, Kim Perrott, Jodie Pitt, Kylie Podmore, Stephanie Pyle, Shauna Quinlivan, Paula Rand, Rebecca Rayner, Samantha Rigamoto, Dominique Rolls, Gillian Ryan, Melinda Schlews, Natalie Scotes, Judith Cinnamon, Janet Smith, Wendy Smith, Fiorina Spinazzi, David Stewart, Lisa Simons, Stephanie Tanner, Sharon Tatton, Megan Thomas, Leah Tui, Julie Svetkov, Samantha Waldron, Danny Walker, Mark Wallace, Nicola Walls, Carl Vesner, Amanda Wilkie, Peter Willett, Lisa Williams, Louise Wilson, Robert Wilson, Jan Woods, and Kate Youngson. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Technology Education. David Brown. Jason Clegg. Stephen Connors. Zach Svetakainen. David Dunn. Craig Hegarty. David Henderson. David Holack. Cassie Hooper. Ricky Johnson. Wayne Livingston. Brett Lunny. Peter MacDonald. Anthony Mackney. Manuel Navarro. Shane Needer. Rachel Novak. Greg Provians. Grant Seeby. Anthony Smith. Hartmut Stefan. Paul Sterling. Damien Sutton. Shane Taylor. Jason Ward. Benjamin Webb. And Peter Wilson. Chancellor, the Medal for Achievement in the Bachelor's Degree course may be awarded annually to the graduate with the highest academic achievement in the course. The medal is not awarded if there is no candidate of sufficient merit. Chancellor, I present two graduates who have been granted the Education Medal. Delwyn Ruth Eisenmenger. And Stephanie Allison Tanner. Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Adult and Vocational Teaching with Second Class Honours Division A, Richard Roebuck. Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Arts in Justice Administration with Second Class Honours Division A, Kelly Madron. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Education with First Class Honours. Alistair Crawford. Jodie Gordon. Leah Hinder. and Amanda Kello. Chancellor, I present two graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Education with Second Class Honours Division A, Colin Lamb. And Mike Taylor. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Education with Second Class Honours Division B, Karina Abel. Tanya Harley. Shannon Huggins. And Michael Radick. Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Technology Education with Second Class Honours Division B, Peter Tracy. Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Graduate Certificate in Applied Linguistics, Elizabeth Willey. Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Graduate Certificate in Computer Education, Gina Svetsov. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Graduate Certificate in Higher Education, Nicola Burton. Catherine Cameron. Phil Davis. Sylvia Elms. Keys Hulsman. Mary Keys. Helen Massa. Jeff Mitchell. Graham Orr. Francis Sarawia. Tim Woodcock. And Christine Wiley. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Graduate Diploma of Adult and Vocational Education, Teresa Arana. Christine Baker. Anne Brelsford. Cherie DePinner. Peter Ekenloff. Audrey Evans. Diane Lutkins. Suzette Markwell. Sandra Ellen McBean. Suzanne Olver. Manuela Perez. Cecily Price. And Gary Shaw. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Graduate Diploma of Education. Matthew Hall. Megan Kerr. Jackie Keys. Leanne Krusmulder. Shane Mann. Julie Patch. And David Steer Griffiths. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics. Lorraine Goldman. Stephen Haymans. And Alison Hurst. Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Master of Education. Masarat Alamzeb. Karen Bowles. Virgo Buckland. Maria Chakalakis. Judith Seislak. Stephen Cox. Rosalind Curtis. Gareth Dowding. Janina Drazek. Cappy Engelbrecht. Beryl Exley. Ronald Heyman. Leanne Islin. Tim James. Pauline Lucas. Brian Meehan. Damien Molyneux. Jocelyn Roberts. Judy Smead. And Louisa Webb. Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Master of Education with honours, Anne Sislowski McKenna. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Education.
Chancellor, Professor George Carney, the Chair of Academic Committee, will now present graduates who have been granted the degree of Master of Philosophy or Doctor of Philosophy.
Chancellor, the Master of Philosophy is a program of supervised research training culminating in a thesis which must demonstrate the candidate's knowledge of a particular discipline and research topic, a capacity for clear, methodical thinking, and the ability to present the results of research in a succinct, cogent form. This afternoon, the University is proud to honour a graduate who has satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Chancellor, Bernard Joseph McKenna has been granted the degree of Master of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Education. The title of Mr McKenna's thesis is After Personal Growth, Principles for a Critical Language Pedagogy in Senior Secondary Schools. Chancellor, I present Bernard Joseph McKenna. Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a prescribed program of study, principally of research. A thesis embodying the outcome of the research is the principal basis of examination. The degree is only awarded if the examiners are satisfied that the thesis makes a significant and original contribution to knowledge and understanding of the field with which it is concerned. This afternoon, the University is proud to honour its Doctor of Philosophy graduates who have satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Chancellor, Stephen Richard Billett has been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Education. Dr. Billett's thesis examined links between social and cognitive contributions to thinking and acting, and shows how historical, cultural, community and individual sources of knowledge influence the construction of knowledge. It demonstrates how problem-solving strategies and the construction of representations of knowledge in memory are influenced by social circumstances of the acquisition of that knowledge and the individual's personal history. Dr. Billett has demonstrated that as different types of knowledge are sourced in different circumstances, there are important implications for how knowledge can be accessed and appropriated. Chancellor, I present Dr. Stephen Richard Billett. Chancellor, Mary Doreen Stringer has been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Education. In an extensive field experiment conducted over 24 weeks in the East Sepik province of Papua New Guinea, Dr. Stringer established the efficacy of a beginning literacy curriculum devised by herself for adult learners. The study proved not only that the new curriculum was more effective than methods in current use in Papua New Guinea, but also it was more readily able to be maintained by Papua New Guinean nationals without needing continual institutional support or intervention from outside the local communities. By incorporating both local languages and the lingua franca of Papua New Guinea, the project demonstrated its considerable significance for adult literacy in Papua New Guinea and for other similar pre-literate societies. Chancellor, I present Dr. Mary Doreen Stringer. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Master of Philosophy and Doctor of Philosophy graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief musical interlude performed by the Griffith University Collegiate Singers.
Strong, Se non
With the authority of the Council, I shall now confer the degree of Doctor of the University. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor to make this presentation.
Chancellor, the Council of the University has resolved to award the degree of Doctor of the University to Sir Llewellyn Roy Edwards, AC. Llewellyn Roy Edwards was born in Ipswich in August 1935 and educated at Ipswich Grammar School. After leaving school, he became an electrical apprentice, eventually qualifying as an electrical mechanic and obtaining a diploma in electrical engineering. In 1955, a serious fall from a ladder changed his career plans. Immobilised in hospital for nearly a year, Sir Lew used this period to repeat his senior certificate by correspondence. In 1959, he was accepted into the University of Queensland's Faculty of Medicine, from which he graduated in 1965 with a Bachelor of Medicine and a Bachelor of Surgery. He later conducted a very successful general medical practice until 1972, when he won the seat for Ipswich in the Queensland Parliament. As a politician, Sir Lew had a distinguished career both as Minister for Health from 1974 to 1978 and subsequently as Deputy Premier and Treasurer until 1983. He built up a reputation as one of Queensland's best-known ministers and guided Queensland through an era of unprecedented economic development as Treasurer. Sir Lew retired from politics in 1983 and soon after was appointed to the prestigious post of Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of World Expo 88 and South Bank Redevelopment Authority. Through his untiring efforts and dedicated leadership, this exposition became the most successful expo ever held, with a budget of $625 million and attendance of 18 million people over 6 months, 10 million more than the predicted attendance. As Chairman of World Expo 88, Sir Lew was responsible for bringing Brisbane into the hearts, minds and boardrooms of the world. His international negotiations resulted in a substantial increase in the number of countries participating in the Expo and ensured the resounding success of Australia's largest bicentennial event. The significance of the occasion was best summed up by Sir Lew himself when he said, "As an Australian, I believe that World Expo will be one of the most important events in Australia's history. It will give us a new identity, and when it's over, every Australian will be more proud of his place in the world." Sir Lew Edwards is still active in developmental circles in Queensland and continues to do much to promote this state. He is deeply committed to the development of higher education through his role as Chancellor of the University of Queensland, a position he's occupied since 1993. In business life, he is currently executive consultant to the commercial real estate firm Jones Lang Wooten. He also serves as the chairman of Greyhound Pioneer Australia and is a director on the boards of a number of important companies, including the Westpac Banking Corporation and James Hardie Industries. In addition, he has served as a director and is currently chairman of the Multifunction Polis in Adelaide, an international project designed to provide a model for new industries, environmental management and urban lifestyles for the 21st century. Over the years, Sir Lew has received numerous awards in recognition of his many valuable contributions to the community. In 1984, he was appointed a Knight Bachelor for outstanding services to the State Parliament and the people of Queensland, and in 1989 he was appointed a Companion of the Order of Australia for his outstanding leadership of World Expo 88 and for services to the people of Australia. His other awards include the Australian Tourism Award for the greatest individual contribution to the tourism industry in Australia in 1988, Queenslander of the Year, Enterprise Australia Awards and the Australia Day Award. He was also awarded an Honorary Doctor of Laws from the University of Queensland in 1988. It is especially fitting that the Council of Griffith University should honour Sir Lou in recognition of his long and distinguished contributions to the state of Queensland. Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Llewellyn Roy Edwards, Companion of the Order of Australia, Knight Bachelor, for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University.
I now call upon Sir Llewellyn Roy Edwards, AC, Doctor of the University, to deliver the occasional address.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Deputy Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of Council, graduates and ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely honoured and proud to have received this honorary doctorate from Griffith University. Your very kind decision to do this to me has been of great importance to me personally. I have great respect for your university, and to be awarded this degree gives me a closer link with you in the future, but a feeling of deep appreciation for your kindness in this regard. I assure you of my continued interest, Mr. Chancellor, and support of your activities at your university. May I also take the opportunity to congratulate you on your 25th anniversary. You have achieved a great deal in that time, and I wish you continuing success in the future. May I also take the opportunity to congratulate the graduates today and wish them every success in your future career. Education is at a most interesting stage, with greater accountability being demanded by governments and the community for universities to give the highest qualities in the choice of students and in the delivery of products at a cost the community thinks it can afford. This challenge, of course, has long been with universities in this country, as they've had to grapple with the problems of demands for the highest standards possible, as I said, at a cost the community considers it can afford, not only in teaching requirements and standards, but also in research. Students nowadays enter often a particular course as a result of their entrance score, rather than their desire perhaps to undertake a particular course. And such entrance, of course, is highly competitive. Universities are being continually challenged to produce higher levels of research, higher standards of teaching, with pressure as well to produce graduates able to fill limited job opportunities or to move to postgraduate demands and challenges. Many graduates, such as I, do not necessarily remain in the field of their primary degree or qualification, but move to other challenges or opportunities. Perhaps if I had stayed in my original profession, I may not have suffered from the voice that I'm suffering from today. But I personally have done this movement with no regrets, for I was able to do this with some success as a result of the undergraduate study and discipline giving to me a broader vision and desire to use that basic training and education within a university to develop and mature so that my contribution to my original qualification, whilst rewarding and exciting and stimulating, it allowed my horizons to be broad enough to accept new challenges and interests and pursuits undreamed of as a young undergraduate or even as a new graduate. I wish you, as graduates, every success. I congratulate you on your achievements so far. You have completed the formal requirements to obtain a degree or a diploma or a certificate or qualification, and I hope that you will have as much satisfaction and pleasure from the outcomes of your qualifications as I have in my lifetime. As I indicated earlier in my speech, the role of universities has changed enormously over the past 25 years, and I suspect will change even more in the next 25 years. We are continually in the public eye, and rightly so, and we've been able to produce graduates who have contributed enormously to academic, professional, business, corporate and political life in this country and overseas. The universities have withstood inquiries, investigations, commissions and many other forms of checks on our performances, our results and our products. Probably, Mr. Chancellor, no other aspect of Australian life has been examined so repeatedly as universities. Recently, we all underwent quality assurance reviews on aspects of our activities, and according to that review, were rewarded financially in some sense for our performance. We seem to continually have changes in ministers at a state and national level, and of course governments come and go as well. But all this has been part of a system in which the community as a group probably understands very little of what occurs within our hallowed walls. But we do have and must have some basic principles which we should never allow to change. Our freedoms, our accountability, our demands for excellence, our tolerance and understanding of other views, our pursuits of challenges in research and teaching and dialogue. But I think that we do need to communicate much more with the community, particularly the business community. Universities are now big business, and we deserve to be understood and respected by business and supported by business as much as possible. We need to be part of the business community, and our staff share the corporate world a great deal, much more than we have done in the past. There is still very little communication, unfortunately, between universities and the community, or perhaps between the community and universities. And I think we need to resolve this rapidly so the benefits that you and I have shared can be shared with the wider community. Greater interchange will bring rewards for both, and the wide range of understanding, talent and competency within universities is not recognised enough by the community. As I said, I wish the graduates every success in the future, for we live in an exciting world where changes are occurring in science and technology, in education and medicine, and many other fields which are rapid and exciting. In the field of science, for example, the changes have been phenomenal, with the use of molecular biology techniques, the valued input of electron microscopy. Many exciting and beneficial and easily acceptable changes have occurred. In medical science, my original discipline, the changes have also been remarkable. Imagine just 50 years ago, we had very few antibiotics. Very few children were immunised or vaccinated. And the scourge of poliomyelitis and diphtheria, as examples, were devastating to children. I remember when as a 10-year-old that a child in my class died from poliomyelitis. Ipswich Hospital, in my home city of Ipswich, had a ward of 30 beds built in 1930 as an isolation ward to nurse people with infectious diseases away from the community or the rest of the hospital. I was told when I went to the hospital as a young resident medical officer that isolation ward was continually full in those days, and the only treatment for some diseases was the high standard of basic nursing care, attempting to reduce temperatures of children, decreasing the risk of spread of disease, and waiting wherever possible for the acute effects of the ravages of disease to pass. And up to 15% of all children died of infectious diseases who were admitted to that hospital. The advent of antibiotics in the 1940s closed that ward almost immediately. And I could spend a lot of time relating similar stories of the changes that have occurred over the last few years with the advent of computerisation, better information systems, and so forth. So it is an exciting world of which you are now a part as a graduate. And there is still, of course, a great deal more to come in your career. You'll be part of the broadening and continuing expansion and use and demand for knowledge. At the same time, unfortunately, we have seen many aspects of civilization which have not improved or expanded with such remarkable advances. Our crime rate has increased with alarmed impact on society. Our misuse and abuse of alcohol and drugs have had damaging effects on society. In some cities in Australia today, 14% of all admissions to hospitals are related directly or indirectly to the misuse and abuse of alcohol and drugs. Similarly, despite the enormous wealth our country has generated, we still have many people living below the poverty line, with resulting social, cultural and health damages and problems. No doubt, as young visionaries, as you should be at the time of your graduation, you are asking questions how, on one hand, we have all these remarkable advances and developments and changes, but on the other, we have these increasing social, cultural and many other problems. May I, at your graduation ceremony, have the temerity to suggest a couple of ways by which we may be able to have an impact in the future. Firstly, may I urge you to seek after excellence in everything you do, particularly in your field of education. It's so easy to accept mediocrity as the norm, but we need young people with a vision for the future, a glint in the eye, the development of an impossible dream, to improve Australia from a state of ordinary achievement to a level of high expectancy. I've told this story before, and my wife tells me I tell it too often, so I asked you to accept my apologies, but it had a big impact on me. Sir Edmund Hillary visited us at Expo. He, as you remember, was the first man to reach the peak of Mount Everest. And he was asked by some young people at Expo why he'd kept going, fighting against the winds and the snow, the shortness of breath and the enormous difficulties that no human had previously beaten. He thought for a few moments and said to the young people gathered with him, I guess I just kept my eye on the top of the mountain. I hope that in your future career and in your life ahead, that whilst acknowledging the enormous difficulties that sometimes may come your way, and recognising the problems that at times may seem to overwhelm, you will keep your eye on the top of the mountain and seek to attain and achieve the impossible dream in that achievement. Secondly, I trust that you will consider this achievement of your degree, diploma or certificate as the beginning of a new horizon. The award of your degree does not mean the end of your formal or informal studies. The need to update the further qualifications is vital if we are going to gain the best from this degree or diploma or certificate. And the changing demands within our disciplines and the requirements of new challenges will mean we cannot remain satisfied with our present achievement, or indeed will our employers be satisfied. The nation and you and your family have a huge investment in yourself and in you, as I said already, and we need to capitalise on that investment as you contribute back to the community. This may mean that you will be continually demanding in the pursuit of knowledge, that occasionally you may be controversial, that you will question and challenge, but achievers take nothing for granted, and this country needs achievers. And finally, I would ask you to take pride in your country. Australians have, I think, at times become a little introverted and have not been as patriotic or proud of this great country as we should. This is a wonderful country, made up of about 18 million people from over 130 nations, along with our original Australians, blending together, recognising each other's unique and important background, but needing to work and live and relax together as one nation to strengthen the bonds that can bind us together. Sometimes I think we're a little too relaxed, as Australians tend to be, about the importance of national pride. But many sacrifices have been made to give us those freedoms, those rights and those opportunities afforded few countries throughout the world. My grandfather, who was very special to me, came to this country as a 12-year-old Welsh migrant, having already been at work for 2 years in the coal pits of the Rhondda Valley. He was sent out here by his parents to try a new life, separated from them to live with an aunt and her husband in a suburb in Ipswich. He worked in a coal mine for nigh on 40 years, with no formal education, but he read and listened and gained knowledge, urging his children and his grandchildren to study and work hard, to enjoy music and theatre, to play sport, to value the family, and to seek freedom of expression of opinion in every way of life. In all this, despite his humble beginning and his extremely limited education, he gave to all of us who are proud to be his descendants a rich heritage to love his adopted country, Australia, to fight hard for our beliefs, to accept challenges, not to follow, he said, but to lead by example and to contribute to life. He lived life differently to most, but he gave of his best to enrich his 12 children and their grandchildren, to strengthen the bonds between them and to respect others' opinion, whilst prepared fiercely with Welsh enthusiasm to debate whatever issue he thought was worth debating, but always willing and ready to acknowledge the rights and views of others. He loved his new country, and he was grateful for the rest of his life to be part of the growth and development and to leave those memories for those of us who followed him to cherish and continually recall. Mr. Chancellor, I remember the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games, held just a short distance from your magnificent campus. The time had arrived for the beginning of the ceremony, and those present and watching the huge television set heard the silence penetrated by a kookaburra laughing quietly at first and then louder, and then silence followed by a coo-ee, quietly at first but louder to finish, and then the soft music beginning and becoming louder as well, of that great Australian song, I Still Call Australia Home. The emotion of the moment was felt by all. Australia was on display. We needed that spirit of Australia, and Brisbane and Australia showed to the Commonwealth how proud we were. At Expo 88, our theme or slogan was, "Together we will show the world," and we did. Young people, older people, students and graduates, entertainers and technologists, the universities together joined us, and together we worked to give the world an exposition of Australia's and the world's achievements that no country had ever been able to give before. I hope that you today, with your parents and spouses and friends, will accept the challenge that I've tried to share with you. As you and I accept our degree, mine an honorary degree, with great pride and great honour. Let us go from this ceremony with a determination to strive, to work, to contribute in such a way that where there is division, together we will strive for unity. Where there is prejudice, we will work for reconciliation. Where there is disadvantage, we will fight for justice. Where there is anger, we will attempt to bring peace. And where there is fear, we will stimulate hope. Today is a happy day for us who are receiving awards, and also for our families and friends, and I'm extremely honoured and proud to share it with you on this special occasion.
Chancellor, it's my privilege and pleasure on behalf of all of us here this afternoon to thank Sir Lou for his inspiring address to our graduates and to the rest of this gathering. Sir Lou has played a crucial role in our community, as I outlined in our address of citation. But I just wanted to add one or two things here that might not be so well known. He alluded in his last few remarks about Expo to the collaboration of the universities in an enterprise we called Univations at the time, and a very successful pavilion it was on the South Bank. But perhaps it's not well known that was Sir Lou's own idea. I was in my early days at Griffith when the call came through from mutual friends that Sir Lou wanted to speak to us about a possible contribution to Expo, and it turned out to be that major collaboration. And I think the collaboration we achieved there has set a fine example which we still try to emulate and to exceed in our relationships between our universities. Sir Lou himself exemplifies in his own life the very qualities that he outlined for us this afternoon, and in particular, of course, the phenomenon of lifelong learning, which is part of our university mission and part of the call which we give to all our graduates this afternoon. There are not too many lives that exemplify such variety and such continuing development and such constant response to challenge as does Sir Lou's. He referred in his summary of our national characteristics to being a bit too relaxed, but I see no sign of that in his own particular lifestyle, and that lifestyle commends to us all the advantages of constant review, constant address of challenge and constant meeting of opportunities. We recall with pleasure his Expo motto, "Together we'll show the world," and I think there's more to come yet. Thank you very much, Sir Lou, for your address and for joining our alumni group, and it remains for me now to call on all our graduates to join the Alumni Association, to remain with us through their lifelong learning careers and to continue to support the university in the future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is now concluded. When the fanfares begin, please rise and remain standing as the Deus Party, the staff procession and the graduates retire. Thank you.